Hey everyone, it's Stranger Grayson here. Welcome back to another horror movie review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the last of the Friday the 13th movies in the franchise. And this one was released in 2009, the 12th and final entry so far that we have until this new TV show that's coming out soon. And that movie is the Friday the 13th remake from 2009. So, this film was one I had seen like once before, and when I watched it, I hated it. I hated it just as much as Jason Goes to Hell and Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason X. I thought the original was better than this. Now, rewatching this again, I definitely think I was wrong. And honestly, this might be controversial to say, but I actually enjoyed this more than the original Friday the 13th from 1980. But before I get into that, I want to let you guys know I'm collabing with Strange Michael and Goosebumps Boy. I believe they've already finished everything except Goosebumps Boy. He still needs to do his ranking. Michael's put his ranking up today. I'll leave both channel links in the description down below. Please go check them out. They're amazing guys. So right after this video, I'm probably going to get a ranking video out either tomorrow or Saturday. It just depends on when I can. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this collab thing. It was something we had a good time doing, but I'll get into that later once we do the ranking. So, Friday the 13th, 2009. What is this movie about? So, what they tried to do for this remake is retell the events of parts 1 through 4 and like put it into like 1 hour and 40 minute long movie. Is it an hour and 40 minutes? Yeah, it's like, yeah, hour and 46 minutes. So they wanted to like tell the events of parts 1 through 4. Pamela's not in this one until like, she's only in the opening. She's like an afterthought of the movie. You get to see her decapitated in the opening credits of the film. And we also see Jason take her head and go out into the woods. He's seen what happened to his mom. She got beheaded. Then this film opens up with like a retelling of part 2 in a way, because we get this group of like five campers. They're not even counselors in this film. They're just people wanting to hang out at the lake or in the woods. Right now they want to hang out in the woods. So they're hanging around the woods. We get introduced to people like Wade, Whitney, her boyfriend Mike, and then another couple. They are camping out in the woods, and during that night, Wade goes to look for some weed because they had camped out there. They were trying to find some weed to sell for money, and Wade eventually does find that. However, that's not the only thing he finds. Jason kills him, and then while that's going on, Mike and his girlfriend Whitney, they go out exploring. They realize they camp near the old Camp Crystal Lake that got shut down and basically abandoned. So they go in there, find some creepy stuff. They even find Pamela's head. Jason's attacking the other couple at the camp meanwhile, and after he's done with them, he kills Whitney's boyfriend, pulling him up under the floor. I thought that was an amazing kill. Then we come back, we see everybody else is dead, and Whitney's the only one left, and we get to see Jason. And this is when we have Baghead Jason. Jason does not get his hockey mask yet. But I gotta say, the bag looks kind of, it looks all right. I do prefer the hockey mask look that he gets later in the film, though. But you think Whitney's is killed, but he just kidnaps her off screen. Then we get introduced to like the main friend group of this film throughout the whole movie that we follow. And that's one thing I don't like about movies, or horror movies especially. We'll get into a few characters, and then halfway through, or like a little before halfway, they kill most of them off, and then we get introduced to a new set of characters. I don't like horror movies that do that. I didn't like the way this film did that. I understand you're trying to tell 1 through 4, but I just don't like the way that played out. We get introduced to our main characters, Jenna, her boyfriend Trent. Trent's an asshole. I'll just let you guys know he's an asshole. Then we get Lawrence, his friend, this Asian guy. I forgot his name. Lawrence is played by the dude that was in Final Destination 5 that played Nathan. I forget his actor's name, but he was in Final Destination 5 as Nathan. I think Michael said he looked like Michael B. Jordan to him, but I don't know. Then while they're at this little shop trying to get ready and stuff, we get introduced to Whitney's brother, Clay. This takes place 6 weeks after the events of Whitney going missing and all her friends getting killed. So this is 6 weeks after. And Clay is out looking for his sister. He's given wanted posters to people. Clay's kind of a douche to him at the counter, and Trent's a douche to him at the counter. So they go their separate ways. And, you know, Clay's searching around everywhere. People are telling him to stop looking. You know, we didn't find anything. He's getting all pissed off. Then we finally get to Trent's cabin. Him and all his friends come out. They're having a good time and stuff, but unbeknownst to them, Jason has been lurking around the place. And let's just say he starts off the kills with a bang. Nobody is alerted to him, but I'm just going to tell you right now, he kills everybody one by one, and it is amazing. Friday the 13th, 2009 was a movie that I was afraid that they would do that franchise wrong, because Freddy vs. Jason, it was an alright film. I enjoyed the fight scenes, but I did not like the way it was directed and the shaky cam and all that. Well, not shaky cam, but the way they edited the film. I didn't like that. But this remake, my God, was a massive improvement. And honestly, it's probably in my top 7 films, honestly, right now. Or top 5, maybe. I don't know. But Clay is played by Jared Padalecki, who was in Supernatural. I think he got the better remake than his pal Jensen. Jensen's in the My Bloody Valentine remake, which is My Bloody Valentine 3D, if I'm correct. I do think Jared got the better end of the shtick. But the writing in this film was done a whole lot better than the original film, in my opinion. It's less boring. It keeps you engaged. The original film, while it is nostalgic and it is peaceful, it gets boring at some parts, if I got to be honest. And I kind of prefer this suspense thing going on in the remake. And there are really a whole ton of funny moments in this film. The kills, whoa, greater than part 1. Not as good as Jason Goes to Hell, but wow. They are shocking, and they are sometimes even funny. But one kill I really enjoyed was the Asian guy. He gets impaled through the chin and out the mouth with a screwdriver. That was painful to look at, and it was painful to watch, but it was amazing what they did with the practical effects of this film. Jason in this film, dude, he is so freaking scary. This Jason's played by Derek Mears, who was in Hatchet 3, I believe. I think he was also like an MMA fighter. Correct me if I'm wrong, but dude, he plays Jason amazingly in this film. I don't like him as much as Kane Hodder, because I just have that nostalgic feel for Kane Hodder, but Derek Mears is easily my second favorite. He just does Jason amazingly. He's terrifying. He comes out of nowhere sometimes. It's amazing how he portrayed him. The ending, they kind of do the same thing with the original, with like, you know what, I won't tell you, because I'm going to spoil too much. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. This remake was just really better the second time round watch. I first watched this film in like 2011. I was like 5 or 6 years old, and I did not like it. But now, rewatching it, whoa, this really did. This really was a good film. Probably one of the better remakes I've seen so far. Of course, there were some issues I had with the film, like, you know, the cutaway, or not the cutaways, but like the time jumps and like how we cut to one thing and then follow another group. I didn't like that aspect. One One thing I did like, though, is they tried explaining how Jason was teleporting. Not in, like, all the other films, but at least in this film, he was teleporting because he's got underground tunnels. I really thought that was a pretty interesting way to think about it. But other than that, negatives that I would have, there were, like, a couple characters I didn't enjoy, and the way they tried explaining why Jason kidnapped Whitney, not really a good idea in my opinion, but, you know, other than that, it's just minor flaws here and there, but overall, this was a pretty solid remake. So that has been my review on Friday the 13th, 2009. Really solid film. If I had to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give it about an 8. Pretty good. But what is everyone's thoughts on Friday the 13th, 2009? Let me know down in the comment section down below. We'd really love to hear your thoughts on it. Please go check out Strange Michael and Goosebumps Boy. Had an amazing blast doing this with them. And thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you in the next one. God bless and have a good day. See you in the ranking. Bye-bye.